Thanks for tuning in to Positioning Your Passion podcast. I'm your host, Nah, and I'm here with one of my really good friends and favorite people, Larry T. Can you pronounce your last name for me?
TYanna.
TCHOGNINOU.
Yeah, it's good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for saying yes to being on the podcast.
Thank you for having me. I was
Yeah.
like, this one, Nicole. Let's do it.
Let's
Can't
go.
say no.
We're kicking it off. Can you talk about where you're from and where you were raised?
I'm originally from Benin in West Africa, born and raised. And then actually, so Benin is a small country in West Africa, just next to Nigeria and next to Togo. So it's between Nigeria and Togo. I moved in France when I was 14. I lived there 4 years, 3 of high school and 1 year for university. And then after that, I moved to Chicago.
What brought you to
Twin.
France?
My dad was living there, and can I say my dad and my mom had a deal? Where it's like you finish your high school in France, and then you move to Chicago when you graduate from high school. So I moved to France. I did the 3 of high school,
Mm-hmm.
but I ended up staying 1 more year. Um, and then after I moved to Chicago to leave my mom over here. Yeah.
Yeah. What was it like moving to Chicago?
I'm gonna lie to you. I did not want to move here because it's great. I often tell people that some people tell me, "Oh, I moved like I live in I live in Chicago, and then I moved to LA, then I moved to New York, and then I moved to Boston and Miami." I'm like, okay, you move from cities to city, but you're still in the same country. But the move that I did was like moving from one continent to another continent. Like you have two luggages and you gotta pack your whole life
Mm-hmm.
and then move to another place and live there. It's not even you passing one summer there. So it was like Africa to Europe and Europe to the US. So when I moved from Benin to France, it took me those 3 years of high school to adapt to a Western way of living
Mm-hmm.
from an African perspective. So my fourth year in France, which was like 2017, 2018,
Mm-hmm.
that fourth year was the year that I was like, okay, now I'm adapt to this thing. I'm seeing myself maybe pursuing life here. It's like I was
As soon as you
getting
get comfortable,
yeah, I was
it's like
getting
now you gotta
comfortable. Yeah, I got it. I got the system. I understand how things works.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting comfortable to that system. I was getting myself rooted.
And now you gotta learn
And my
another
mom like,
system.
okay, bro, it's time to move. I'm like, no, I'm not moving.
Yeah.
What you mean now? So I moved again here. So I did not want it to come. But she pushed me. So I came here. And then when I came here, I was directly like 6 months in, I understood that okay, I did the right move.
Okay. What
Yes.
made you like that shift of perspective?
I think first it was like I think I got really attracted by the American way of thinking and also in the creative scene the way people lift you up. I feel like it's a really francophone thing for people to when you do something, people will say, "Oh, it's not that bad." They never say it's good. They never say it's great. They say, "Oh, not bad." It's like it's a positiveness, but with a negative connotation. We don't give you an American will say, "Oh shit, this is amazing. You're doing so cool. Oh my god, this is fire." So it gas you up. So even if you're not doing something amazing, that level of confidence that people give you,
Mhm.
they lift you up, right? It makes you, oh, maybe I'm doing something crazy or cool, and you go back to it. So that like miss a little bit where I was and when I was figuring out my creative journey.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have a lot of those. So here, when I came here and I started having like those cheering moment and elevation from other people, okay, I think I'm doing something cool and I should keep doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So the way people lift you up. that I love in Chicago. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a really it's a really naive American thing, but it can have so much impact on like an upcoming
Yeah. I was gonna say like
artist.
fake it till you make it, or be in it until you actually actualize it. Is that what you mean?
What you mean?
When you say like it's a little naive of a perspective.
No, it just like people get like amazed quickly by anything that tend to be creative.
And that has a positive effect on
Exactly.
being able to
Yeah,
boost your
yeah,
confidence.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It boosts
And
your
that's what you've
confidence.
come to enjoy.
Yeah, and I really like that. I didn't expect that. I was like, okay, cool. This is fire. Let's keep doing this.
Yeah.
I kept doing things, one after the other. Yeah.
Yeah. Growing up in Benin
Mhm.
until you said 14.
Yeah.
And then transitioning to
16.
16.
Yeah.
What was maybe some of like your biggest challenges, or
Mm,
beyond just adjusting?
challenges. Do you mean in terms of like what?
Just life. Yeah.
I'm gonna lie, I had a really comfortable childhood.
Okay.
My mom was doing everything for me to be comfy and stuff. So I won't say anything challenging. I had like we were not rich, but I had like everything I wanted. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Like I was going to a public school, I was having a good education, I was having like family around. So I mean like uncle, grandmother, um, no, I had a good life. I wasn't gonna say, oh, like I have hard time. No, I don't know. I would doing that way fucking like insulting all my people.
Mm-hmm.
No, I had a really comfy life.
Did you always know that you wanted to be an engineer or designer?
So my first love is architecture because my mom was building a house in the suburb of the city that we're living in Benin.
Mm-hmm.
The city name is Cotonou. So she was building a house in that suburb. So every weekend we go see the house in construction.
Mm-hmm.
So I just fall in love with like people mixing the cement, the concrete, stacking the blocks, and building that thing that would become our house. So one day I asked my mom like, "What's the name of the person that put those things together?" And she said, "It's the architect." And I said, "Okay, cool. I would like to do that."
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the
That was
architecture
a spark.
passion came. Yeah, but it was pretty early when I was 6. Yeah, like you. I mean, I had a phase where you dream about being a doctor and all of that, but pretty early enough. Just pick up. Yeah.
Yeah. What was the first thing you remember being like passionate about, like from a creative standpoint?
Oh, just sketching buildings. Drawing a lot. I had some friends at school. It's funny thinking about this now. I had some friend at school, and they have like some of them had this subscription at this French French institute
Mm-hmm.
where you could go and like rent books. So they bring like those like Japanese manga, Dragon Ball,
Mm-hmm.
and he will bring bunch of them to school. And like our goal was like to take one page and see who sketch like that page, who reproduced that page the best. So we just like draw those like Sangoku cartoons and stuff. Ridiculous period of my life, but that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
So drawing and sketching and stuff.
Yeah. You consider yourself a polymath?
Yeah.
What does that mean? And where did you like start to like claim that for yourself?
So a polymath is a person that has a deep knowledge in several fields. So a good example of a polymath is Leonardo da Vinci. He was a painter, a really good painter. He was a really good engineer.
Mm-hmm.
He was a great scientist studying the anatomy, bunch of stuff. And in each thing that he was doing, he was great. He was a reference into it. So is this person that is not a specialist, and he so that's what a polymath is, someone that has deep knowledge in several. So it's a renaissance person. So I think we are at a moment of time where people trying to make you to be a specialist. Like this person, the such specialist of like, I don't know, climate change. He's the specialist or whatever. But I think that it's the moment to step away from that and like, okay, we are specialist generalists. We do everything.
Mm-hmm.
We do it all. We try it all, and we are Renaissance people. We can be like painter and like being like editor and be like photographer and videographer and design spaces. So, and I've been claiming that thing for a while, but the thing is, the reason why I put in a hat is that I was talking to a friend about last time. When I started, I wanted to do merch for Rupture,
Mm-hmm.
which is my solo practice. And I was like, if I put Rupture in a hat, nobody gonna buy it because the brand is not strong enough. It's not Supreme, it's not Nike yet. It's not Jones, it's not like Joe Fresh Goods, it's not Benjamin Edgar. I mean, like, I haven't done enough yet to have like for the brand to have that strength. So by a logo is recognizable and everybody can have it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, what words represent that ethos and that people can vibe with? So I'm like, okay, polymath. That's what I've been trying to do. That's what I'm claiming to be. And that's what I've been doing through my practice, doing object, furniture, spaces, writing poetry sometime, and putting all of that. I'm like, okay, polymath will work and it will resonate with people. So I just put in the hat and people love it. So yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just me pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and people that feel like they're all the same thing. It's better than just putting my logo on the hat.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a word that represents people that vibe with the way of thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. You talked about rupture, which is your how did that come about and what does that mean? Like what is rupture?
So it's a design ethos that is based on 6 point. I always forget them, but it's like being bold and crazy. Design has mean of communication. Oppose uses to create others. Um, Designing 3 steps, being colorful and bold and crazy. So I just like having like those points. Anytime I'm designing something, I just apply it to it.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I name it Rupture, I could have name it Break or whatever, but the reason why I name it Rupture. In architecture school, they often tell you that everything has been created, that you cannot invent anything new. And at the moment I start subscribing to that idea, but I'm asking myself like, is it too late for new ideas though?
Mm-hmm.
And the answer like, maybe no. So maybe Rupture has a break to that old way of thinking, like everything has been invented. You cannot create nothing new. So pretty much what I'm doing is like taking daily objects to that way of thinking, to that ethos, that philosophy, and rethinking them and showing that okay, we can still make stuff new. We can take this thing and cut it this way and cut it this way, and it becomes a new object. So that's what I'm trying to do. That's pretty much my good practice to Rupture, pretty much. Yeah.
Would you say that's like your design theory as well?
Yeah, it's a design theory, a design principle, a theory, yeah, a way of thinking and approach, a direction, a philosophy, yeah. Yeah. In a brain, maybe.
Nice. You're a poet, a writer? You consider yourself that as
I
well?
used to be.
Yeah.
Not much now.
How does I feel like one of my first opportunities to see like a full show of yours, there
Mm,
was everything represented. You had t-shirts, you have a zine,
mm,
which you had some writing in
mm.
there. How would you say like all of your many talents coexist through Rupture?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
think like all of those mini talents come to it because like when you have when you create a system and ethos, right? You need to create objects. That's the first thing. So that is the architecture scale because product design is architecture at a small scale, pretty much. So the designer scale come into that. The writing scale comes like into the fact that after creating the thing, you gotta write a caption to explain your work, almost like an artist statement.
Hmm.
And that's where the writer aspect comes into it. Like, how do we structure for people to understand this thing, and why does it exist? So pretty much the way I structure things usually is like, it's someone that told me that Nike. He said they do problem, solution, benefit. So that's how I structure all the captions. If you look at every caption on the product I release,
Mm-hmm.
is like problem, solution, benefit. Why am I doing it? Why is it designed this way? And what does it add to your daily life? Why is it there? You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? So I structure things that way. And I think that really comes to the writing, the poetry thing. Like, you write a poem because of something. And after you write it, it make you feel something, you know? So the writing skill comes in. And the third part is like imagery.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I used to photograph a lot. I don't do it much anymore,
Okay.
but because the reason why I don't do it much anymore, because I feel like there is some visual there's some visual standards that I want to bring into the work, and the way the work is showcased, that my skills cannot do.
Mm-hmm.
And I reach out to friends that can bring that level to it. But that early interest into photography comes to play in like the way I see things, the way I like, oh, we should place the camera this way, we should get
Mm-hmm.
this way. And also still understanding and um working with others and putting the things together. So yeah.
You talked about like growing up and just having like your mom being able to make things like comfortable. I've met your mom a
Mhm.
couple times. She's good. Um, what although you didn't have the challenges growing up and you were able to really like transition into it's like high school comfortable, what were your challenges, I guess, coming to the States and like you're in school?
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, here challenges here is just like new language, you know. Um I would say new way of thinking. The new way of thinking was more in Europe. I had a I had a hard time understanding like Western way of thinking. I remember one day we were in class, and someone made a joke. I didn't find it funny at all, but the whole class will start laughing.
Uh-huh.
They start laughing like for a good 30 seconds. And like, bro,
I don't get it.
well, I don't get it. I will never get it. But here was more like the new language. The way people navigate, understanding of some codes that I didn't know, the slang. Um, it was a lot of stuff that I didn't understand, like code wise. Like I always talk about like maybe stuff like racial representation, uh, uh, stuff like that. I didn't. It was not part of my reality at all. So I got to understand them and
Mm-hmm.
get used to them and like assimilate them to my new routine. Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. And how has that like I guess assimilation or adapting, like how has that influenced your work or you think it has?
Um.
Or even you personally?
Oh, it did, yeah. Because you grow every day. You grow every day. You learn new stuff. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still learning stuff every day. Like friends send me stuff. I'm like, what is this thing? What does it mean? I don't understand that reference. You know what I mean? Think like last time I asked a friend about something, is like I remember um this this New Balance and Joe Freshel campaign, for example,
Mm-hmm.
where the guys were wearing a rubber on his jean, and I text a friend like, what does this mean? Why people wear rubber on the jean under the shoes? It's oh, it's a really American thing of like being the
It was Chicago.
2000s. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
Chicago,
yeah,
yeah.
really Chicago thing. So, there's some codes that I don't understand because I'm not from here.
Yeah.
So, I'm still learning every day. There's some I don't know. So, I learn, I ask questions, and I grow like that. You know what I mean? So, yeah,
Yeah.
there's always room to grow and learn and try to educate myself on stuff that I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you I guess like identify yourself in terms of being an artist? Because obviously you're like African,
Mhm.
right? But then now you're in America,
Yeah.
but you Parisian,
Uh-huh.
right? So like
True.
how does that and how are you navigating that?
A world citizen, maybe?
That's how you yeah.
Maybe a world citizen. Yeah. Yeah, just a human and world citizen. It's crazy when you travel and you see the world, like things just like some stuff you understand them better, some stuff you don't, some stuff don't make sense,
Mhm.
some stuff start clicking. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um, and then it adds to your diversity. You become more and more rich, and understand more the universal story. I can tell you a dumb thing, for example. I went to this pizza spot in Chicago. I think the name is Bunchy. Okay. It's actually really good. Do you know that place? Yeah. Okay. And I went, and I told like I went with some friends, and we were ordering pizza, and the guy was asking us. I thought it was pizza but slice, and the guy was asking how much of the pizza we wanted, and we got to tell him how much we wanted, and he cut it with a scissor, and I thought it was a stupid contest. I thought it was a pretty dumb concept.
Okay.
I thought it was pretty dumb and pretty stupid and pretty dumb.
Okay.
You know? But 2 months after,
Mhm.
I went to Italy.
And they were cutting it.
And everybody, it's an Italian thing.
Yeah.
So you go to the bakery and they have those pizza. You say how much you want, and they cut it with a Caesar. And then I found it was cool actually. You know?
Oh, context, right? So out of
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean that they're kind of like maybe the pizza like
Exactly.
Godfathers.
But in Chicago, I didn't understand where it comes from. I didn't understand the reference. I didn't get it. I thought it was a stupid concept in Chicago. I thought when I seen for the first time, I thought it was pretty stupid. But going to Italy and go see that, okay, that's where it comes from. What did it do? Do they do it this way?
Mhm.
Why did they shape it this way? What did they cut with Caesar? They start making sense. Okay, it's not that it's dumb. It comes from here, and that's how people put it. And then I understood that actually it was really interesting thing.
Yeah.
You know what
So
I mean?
allowing it like
Yeah,
to
exactly.
expand.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
exactly.
from exposure.
Exactly. It
Yeah.
changes your perspective about things. So I think it makes you a world citizen,
Yeah.
and you just understand that y- your city is just a village. And when you go to another village, you see other ways of doing things. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
Yeah. Any advice you have for um artists that are transitioning from one world of living and
Mhm.
then coming into like another space? Like, is there any like big takeaways from you or the things that have you just been able to help you get through?
I would say, oh, that's yeah. I would say let it happen.
Okay.
Let it happen. Sometimes we just trying to pull too much.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like it's a moment of transition. I don't think there's much to lose. Just let it happen and see what you take away from it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
let it happen. I always said you say that. Yeah, if you're in a transition moment, let it happen, and you're probably gonna gain something or not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
or not.
Nike Lab.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah. Can you talk about like
the
what
recreation center thing we've read about.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
What
Oh,
was that? How did you even get
you did your
part of
research.
I know, yeah.
No, I'm kidding. It's a Nike recreation center, and I push so much for that shit. So when I came to Chicago, I went to this program, Nike program by True Working on Projects. He's a painter from the city, and he did this Nike program like back in 2018. So when they fell in love with the brand and what they were doing, and then I started like trying to go to Portland to meet designers out there and learning more about what they were doing
Mhm.
in that field. So I was super interested. So I went to Portland.
Cohort. You skipped.
You say what?
You skipped this cohort. Talk about the cohort.
Which car?
The cohort you were in
Which one?
with Virgil.
Yeah, yeah, I'm getting there.
But you that was before Portland.
No.
It was in Chicago.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
But
I want
when
to start there.
oh yeah. So I mean I went to Portland a few times
Uh-huh.
to show those people my thing.
Yep.
And when I came back to Chicago too, I stayed in touch with the people in this Chicago thing and just keep showing them my work. So Portland people know about me, Chicago people know about me, and I just bother them a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I just send like cold emails. Hey guys, I really want to work with you guys. Like, please put new stuff. Sometimes people won't reply. Sometimes people are fucking reply, but was nothing. So that summer of 2019, they put together this thing in the Virgil Abloh Recreation Center. I think it was a crew of like, I think we were 10 or 11 creative of the city that would go through the Nike program.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of it, we would just like show a project to Virgil. So I made a chair for my final project.
Nice.
And to me, it was crazy because that was that 2019 year. I was super geeking about Virgil's work. I tell you, I mean, I was vibing with it a lot because also it's a lot of connection. African migrant kids going to architecture school and get into fashion and doing all of those product thing. I mean, like it was representation in a sense. And the work also like wherever you come from, right? You resonate with the work.
Mm-hmm.
So I was reading to it, and then young me had the opportunity to go to that program, and I think that was crazy.
Yeah. What were like some of your biggest takeaways?
Um, we, I think like I had that aha moment at that during that summer. It was like y- you can make anything pretty much. At that moment, I just clicked like you can make anything you really want to do.
Mm-hmm.
He talked about the importance to show the process where things come from, and I do that a lot. I show love
Like
a
the
lot of
storytelling.
the
Yeah.
storytelling, the behind the scene of things, how things come together, the storytelling. He has a specific quote. There is no product without story. There's no identity without story. So I try to bring that into the work a lot. And one other thing I understood from like the importance of travel. Because the week we met him, he was in Paris and then Belgium, and then he went to Greece, and then he went to Detroit, and then he was in Chicago the same week. I was asking like, how'd you
What?
do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, how'd you
Crazy.
do that? And he was like, he never stay in a place more than 3 hours, and he never stay in a city more than a week. It
Mm.
was really important for him to move around, and that's the way he will spread his legacy and also see trends, because a big part of his work was about seeing trends. He just like they see trends, they create mood board, and from there they build shows to respond to those trends. So the importance of travel, you gotta go see the world, and I think it was important for his creative juice too. So those stuff I learned from, you know.
Nice. And then that segue into a continuing opportunity, right? Where you
Yeah,
got to go
yeah,
out to Nike.
yeah. So went to the headquarters twice, 2019.
And how old were you then?
That's a good question. I think I was 21.
Come on. Yeah.
Yeah, I will like it's funny the way I would do this thing. I was in the Hair Washington City College by then. And then I would get my financial aid refund and book a flight to go to Portland and meet designers all day long and
Mm-hmm.
show them my work.
Mm-hmm.
My mom would like, take your money and buy some clothes with it. I'm like, no, I don't want to.
Yeah.
So I did that twice, 2018, 2019. And the second the second trip I went, I met this HR, and every 3 months I would send him call email. Like, hey sir, how are you?
Just checking in. Yeah.
Just checking in, I'm here. And then I did that a few times, and in December 2020, he replied to my email and he said, okay, there's this opportunity coming. You should apply to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I applied. I didn't even know what it was because It was not specific.
Mhm.
It's like, we're doing this thing. And at the end of the application, you see a photo of Serena Williams. So it doesn't even make sense, you know?
Mhm.
Just like her portrait. So just like athlete, whatever athlete. So we did that, and then we went to a combine where they tell us, okay, what this thing gonna be.
Mhm.
So they give us a brief, we fight the brief. And after the top 15, they sent her the list with our portfolio, and she picked 11.
And you were one of the
Yeah.
11
So in the 11, we went to Portland and we had to design a collection for her.
for her,
Yeah.
Serena Williams.
Yeah.
Come on.
The big boss.
Yes.
What a flex.
Come on. Yeah. I
Right?
remember seeing it when it finally rolled out because I mean, you have been working on it and it
Mhm.
maybe what, at least a year or so. Like it took a minute for it
Mhm.
to actually roll out.
It's like
Yeah.
6 months of design and wait, 1 year? Yeah, 9 months of like, production campaign. I mean, to put it together,
Mhm.
and then it came out, and we had 2 seasons. We had spring and fall 2023.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And during that time, you're also building with your partner that you met
Yeah.
was in the cohort as well.
James, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we start a point of sale, which is like a design creative agency where we design spaces, architecture, we do furniture, object, bunch of stuff. Yeah.
Super dope. So being able to stay consistent,
Mhm.
persistent as well.
Yeah.
Can you talk about like where do you get your confidence from? Where do you like where does it come from?
That's a good question. I
Or the
feel like
fearlessness to just
I feel like
go.
I feel like this is the way I put it sometimes. I feel like all the creative people, just imagine this is the imagery, right? This is an image. And I want you to go back. There's this specific Nike, no, not Nike, Adidas ad that is named Let's Create. I want you to go see it. But this is the way it works, to me at least, and the way I think it. All the creative people, I don't know, like Bennett Gar, Virgil, Joe Freshgood, Don C. Anybody you can think about that's creative. We are all at this big dinner table. Okay. And the only way, and there's a conversation going on the table,
Mhm.
right? And the only way to participate to the conversation is to put a piece of work on the table. You don't talk. You don't say, I like, I don't like. If you don't like, you put a piece of work on the table that show your point of view. And the thing is, more work you put on the table, more the conversation goes toward you. But again, there's no right or wrong way to do it. It's just about showing your point of view, you know?
Mhm.
So to me, whatever I'm doing, that I'm just being part of the conversation. So if you are being part of a conversation is not about being right or wrong, you're just participating. So I'm
Mhm.
just participating to a big conversation. So and it all comes from there. I'm just putting work on the table.
Yes.
And the work sucks for me. Um some people have left the party, the dinner, but they put so much work on the table that that work will talk to for them for the upcoming 500 years. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? So it's like, okay, keep putting work on the table.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's pretty much maybe where that confidence come from. It is not like it's just a conversation for me. I'm just participating to a general conversation.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing that to please anybody. I'm just doing it because it's the inner voice and the kids in myself that just want to talk. It's like, you have kids at home and you guys eating and they just want to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just want to talk. Let him talk. So I'm
Yeah.
like, okay,
So you're just talking.
I'm just talking, I'm just putting stack
No, that's
work.
very well said.
Yeah.
Very well
I'm
said.
just talking and I put the work on the table. So yeah.
So for the artists that may listen to this, it's like put the work on the table.
Participate.
Participate.
Participate. It's a participation, it's not a competition. It participates the conversation. And also I think it's also not competition, the fact that you should compare yourself to the people because it comes a lot to that. Like I mean, like with social media numbers. It happened to me too. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't master those things. It get to me to compare myself to people sometime, but
Mhm.
it's not much about comparison. It's about aspiration. It's just like you should not compare yourself to people like that have like 10 years of career already
Mhm.
because like their plane took off before yours.
Yeah.
They're gonna make it to New York before you wait. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're supposed to.
Exactly. Because they
Yeah.
took off earlier,
Uh-huh.
but instead of comparing, right, you can aspire. Okay, I would like to be like that. And how do I do it to not copy it? But like how do I add my style to it? You know
Mhm.
what I mean?
You very young, 21, got an opportunity to go and work in design for Nike, Serena
I think I
Williams.
was 22.
22.
What?
All
But young,
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 yes.
yeah, young.
And it didn't just stop there though. You actually got an offer to continue and you turned it down. Can you talk about that? Like, and what went into that decision? And yeah.
So that was the hardest moment of my young designer career. I'm gonna say clearly. It was not like, oh, I flex on them and I say no. Hell no,
You was like, am I making the right? Yeah.
it was
A lot of
so
doubt.
hard. It was really hard in the sense that so firstly they was offering me a color designer position. And I said I didn't say no. I said I don't know. I told the HR and he said, okay, if you don't know, we're gonna help you figure out something else and blah blah blah. So I said, okay. And then I pushed a lot to get on what I wanted. Like I reach out to people, can you help me get this job? Can you help me do this? Can you help me do that? I pushed a lot. Um and that's where I wanna come to the idea of pushing. At a point, you can push, right? Because you really want something. But at the moment, you just gotta stop.
Mhm.
S- Stop pushing. Because sometimes you can be pushing, but just like anything in life, right? Sometimes it's not the right moment for you to get something. And it was not just the right moment at Nike for me to get that specific job I wanted because there were nothing open. If was anything open that was fitting in, they would put me there. So it was not nothing open and they really wanted to keep me, but whatever they wanted to put me in, the lane they wanted to put me in was not the right one. So we agree on the idea that okay, you leave, you leave the program
Mhm.
with no job, but we come back to you when we get something. We were two like that in the program, two people that didn't find the thing where to land.
Yeah.
So I left. I came back to school in 2022 and in January 2022. And I'm gonna lie to you, mentally, I was not there because I just wanted to go back to Beaverton ASAP.
Mhm.
So I know they're gonna come back, and I kept pushing. I kept pushing. I kept like messaging people, applying to stuff, applying, and then they came back to me with another opportunity, but it still was not a good thing. So
Can we talk about that though? In
what?
terms of like, I know you're saying it wasn't a good thing, but it wasn't the right fit for you and what you wanted to do
Yeah,
in
exactly. Yeah.
your career. So
Exactly. It's
yeah.
I believe in this like 10 years plan thing.
Okay.
It's like in 10 years, where do you see yourself, right? Okay, cool. Does the decision that you are making now lead you there? No. Okay, you should not take it. It's not
Mhm.
yours.
Yeah.
Before even that conversation came, like that dilemma came in, I met few people
Mhm.
that told me that you can say no,
Yeah.
even if it's like one of the biggest company ever. If it's not comfy enough for you, or if it doesn't work for you, you can say, okay, this doesn't work for me. No.
Mhm.
So that gave me the courage to say, I don't think this is the right fit. Maybe we should rethink it. What if we do this or that? So, and I gave myself like a deadline because I came back to school. I
Mhm.
didn't want to stay there, but architecture school was my first love. Architecture was my first love. So I was back at it. And if I would be there for 2 more years, I will graduate.
Mhm.
So I gave myself a deadline. I was like, okay, if they don't come back to me with something reasonable by September 2022, which is, I'm saying at school the first semester in January, like fall semester, and if by the beginning of spring, they don't come back to me with something good, I'm not going back. That was my own, like, that was my game plan.
Mhm.
If they don't come back with the right thing, I'm just gonna pursue the architecture lane. So they didn't came back with something good on time. So I said no. I didn't go back.
Wow. And
And I
so
and I stick to, I just like, okay, this is my decision. I gotta commit to it. But like during the what, the 9 month period that separate the January coming back to school to the September, is that 9 months?
mhm,
Yeah. No?
maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Whatever. During the that period, right? I was fucking bad. I was like, oh, damn, I think I fucked up.
Yeah, yeah.
And what, some days I would wake up, I'm like, damn, I did great. Yes. And the following day, I'm like, bro, you just fucked up so bad.
Yeah.
And then he would be like, no, you fucked up. No, you did great. It was just that. It was just that. Like, so you're just in fight with yourself during a crazy amount of time every day. Your mental health take a lot, you know. I never talked about this before, but mentally you feel super exhausted. Um, you you start doubting sometimes a little bit.
Mhm.
I think I did wrong. This will never come back again. I think I just threw the opportunity of my life. And this following day, like, I think I actually did great by doing this.
Mhm.
It's just gonna open me more opportunities.
It's like up and down.
Yeah, exactly. But on that periods, right? There is before the hard deadline that I gave myself came, there's a bunch of stuff that happened that made me think that I took the right decision. In between that, it was like we design, my friend James and I at Point of Sale, we designed a show for a fashion brand named C'est Bon in Paris
Mhm.
Fashion Week.
Yeah.
If I was a Nike, I would never do that project because C'est Bon collaborate with Nike. And if I work on a C'est Bon project behind Nike's conflict of interest.
Mm.
But if I would have choose between the set design project and the color roll,
Set
far away
design.
the set
Yeah.
design.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What else did we do? I started designing a loafer. A no, not a loafer. I started designing a slide for a friend of mine. His name is Mxxd. Um, and if I was at Nike, I could not because that's conflict of interest.
Yeah.
I could not. But between the color roll and the footwear design job, which one was my favorite footwear design? Because I'm actually designing a product.
Exactly.
So the 3, 4, 5 project that was showing me that I took the right decision, but I didn't know yet. So and those projects helped me to build my confidence back a little. And
Mhm.
that, bro, okay, cool. And we hit the hard deadline. I'm like, okay, cool, it's done. I'm not going back. It's done.
Yeah. You don't need to.
I don't
Yeah.
need to. This is it. It's not because like I don't need to, but just like, okay, this is what I'm coming into. Where I'm coming into that, and I'm just gonna stay focused on that, and then I'm just gonna graduate in 2 years, and after that we see.
No, that's really inspiring. And I feel like you think about like obviously the timing, but it's like the brand's not going anywhere. So
Exactly.
yeah, if it and I
Yeah.
think you told me that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like being able to have a plan for yourself and be like, if
That,
it doesn't line up,
yeah.
it's not for me. But obviously the mental,
I don't
like getting
chase.
over, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't chase our track. If it's not that, it's not that.
Facts.
Yeah, So, but it was hard. I can tell you, it was like, oh, I wasn't gonna flex here and say, oh, it was so easy for me.
No,
It was not.
it was
It
difficult.
was hard.
Yeah,
Yes.
but you still have those relationships
Oh
and
yeah.
respect.
Exactly. That's really
Yeah.
important. Like the friends, the managers, the mentors, the people that you like, oh shit, I would love to work so much with those people. On the moment it didn't happen, but what you do now, they admire it and inspire them. That's priceless.
Yeah, and then the other projects you got to do,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
tips, like
Exactly. Yeah,
complex con.
exactly. And you can
Yeah.
it's like you can always work with the brand in another way. You can design a set for them, you can design a campaign for them. And there's a bunch of people that used to work at Nike and that create their own agency and that work for them still. So you can still do so much, you know?
Yeah.
So
Working with corporations and then individuals, how do you think you've been able to like maintain your design integrity? Or are there any times where you've had to like turn down projects in order to kind of
I
stay
feel like what I
true?
understood in corporate for ideas to go through is like when I do rupture project, for example, I'm like, I do whatever I want, you know?
Yeah.
I can ask like I can ask feedback one or two friends about what they think about this.
Mhm.
They can give the feedback by the end of the day. Like I decide, okay, if this is happening or not, you know. But in corporate, it's really hard, principally when you work in design, because for example, socks. I used to design socks and bag. That's what I did. On the socks, for example, 100 people have a say. You know, it goes from your design director, it goes to like your manager, and then um the team you are working in, they have
Mhm.
a say on it. And then it goes to the factory. It goes also to merchandise, people that buy the product. I mean, you can design a socks that and create a story around it to be purple, and your whole team fucks with it. We you guys love it so hard.
And then someone
And
else
the
right
marketing,
now.
like the merchandise people come and say, "Hey, this is fire, but we don't sell purple. We gotta be yellow." What'd you do?
He's turning yellow.
Yes.
It's yellow. It's yellow now.
Or you can have the purple, but you gotta add a yellow now somewhere, or you add a yellow pair on a pack
Mhm.
to make whoever we're gonna like the purple at least to buy it. You know what I mean? So to push ideas, and we push a crazy idea. We had a jewelry on the socks. We have a
Yeah.
screw charm on the
Mhm.
socks that was detachable, and it was such a headache. So when you have crazy ideas like that, what will help us, because it's not just me, we were a team and we designed this thing. Uh what helped us to make that product, specific product, go through was that we had a good idea. We had to show people at the company that it was makeable, because we told them, okay, if the footwear department will be able to put like a jewelry on a shoe, we can put jewelry on the socks. So we showed them that it was possible. Okay, how this thing is putting together. Okay, you make the socks here, you make the jewelry here, you send it to this place and they put it together. Okay. So we showed them it was doable.
Mhm.
And the third thing, this which is the most important in corporate, you gotta have an advocate. You need to have someone in the company or in your team that has a big, which been there for a long time,
Mhm.
that say, okay, this is a great idea. I'm fighting for these kids to make this thing happen.
Yeah.
So any call we were going in, my manager and my mentor were my advocate. They were like, this needs to happen, this needs to happen, this needs to happen, this needs to happen. And any call we were not on, they're just pushing for it.
Mhm.
It happened. You know? So a good idea, show them that it's doable. And then should that happen? Should that happen?
Nice.
Yeah. If
And
you're
that's
not
in corporate space.
that's a corporate
A few more questions before we wrap up. For personal projects,
Mhm.
any advice you would give to designers trying to figure out concept versus cost? And I know you experience this a lot, even with clients, where it's like, I want this thing, but then you start to think about like, okay, what does that material cost? What is that? And then it blows up and you have to kind of maybe shrink it down?
Oh yeah,
How
I think you should do the best with what you have first. That's what I do. I mean, like, if you cannot afford like CNC milling with 5 axis machine, if you cannot afford milling on a 5 axis CNC, which costs insane amount of money,
Mhm.
don't do it. Find other ways to do it. You know what I mean? Like, there's always a way to execute something that you want to do with the mean that you have. Always. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Always. Always. So it's your work. It's on you to figure that out. You can always do it. If you don't have a mean to make something with the the what you have on your hand,
Mhm.
find another way to do it. And that's where you're creative. But in terms of like scaling down stuff, it happens a lot in like client job, for example, where you ask people clearly from the beginning, like, what is the budget? And they never they're never honest about it. So you design crazy.
Mhm.
And then and then you quote it as okay.
Actually, we can't afford that,
You
yeah.
cannot afford that. We can just afford the half of it.
Mhm.
Okay, so okay, we start removing stuff. So it's crazy. This happened a lot with point of sale projects.
How do you navigate that, and, like, what advice would you give to
We
entrepreneurs, I
it
guess,
happened a lot.
navigating that?
We killed the neon light first. It happened a lot when we designed a project like a neon light with a brand logo on it. That's the first thing we killed. It was like it's half of the budget. We killed the neon light. It's like, okay, no neon light. Okay, cool. What is next? What do we kill it? No, just kill stuff.
Mhm.
You just kill enough stuff to fit the budget and also make sure that your storytelling still holds. So what we advise people is like tell us clearly what's the budget and then we design around that. It's
Mhm.
better. It's less headache for everybody.
Mhm.
You know, you tell, okay, we have this amount and we design around that. And if you say, okay, I have a little bit more, right? Then we add something here. What are you
Mhm.
laughing at? No,
Like, I resonate. I know
okay.
exactly the struggles that you're going through.
Okay. Huh?
Alright, a couple more
On the
questions.
camera?
No.
No? Oh shit, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You're gonna cut.
It's just me and you.
Oh,
They're not
okay.
here.
Oh, I'm
It's
sorry.
me and you. But it's okay. It's good. It's
You're gonna cut?
personality. No, no, no. It's
No.
fine.
No. Okay. I'm
Um,
sorry, guys.
no, no, no. Couple more questions.
Tell me.
Trying to see which ones I want to pick.
Mhm.
You most recently got a workspace.
Oh yeah.
Can you talk about what went into that decision and what, like, how has that impacted your design
Oh, that's a
process?
good
Yeah.
that's a good question. I think finished architecture school, graduating, and I was like, okay, what do we do? Do we go work for a corporation or do we get a job or do I persist in this design thing and see where it brings me, you know? So the bet was
What you
like,
decide?
I take the comfortable decision and just like build my own stuff.
Come on.
Like
Yeah.
do that shit for a few years and see where it brings me. I think it can bring me far. But
Exactly. It
it's
will.
like so I need a studio space for that. So I get a studio and just like working from there. I go early and I work hard enough until I'm tired and I go home
Mhm.
and I redo it. And I just work on everything I want to work. I just yeah, I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. Yeah.
Any advice you would give to emerging artists that maybe can't afford like a space, but like how can they carve out that time and space and be disciplined of
I mean,
locking
a
in?
lot of people work from home,
Mhm.
do it really well. But I think it requires a lot of discipline though, distraction.
Mhm.
Gotta call it. So I have some friends that are super, super effective from working from home. So if you can do it good, if you can afford a space, maybe you co-rent a space with friends, which
Mhm.
is cool. Um, yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be hard because you gotta hustle to pay that rent,
Mhm.
which is it's a grind, you know.
Mhm.
So yeah, so just gotta do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think what stories are you telling or communicating through your design and your
Oh,
'cause you
yeah.
create just out of the box, like but also it's functional, a lot of the things that you create.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think it's, I'm starting subscribing to that idea that my childhood is my mood board,
Okay.
and I'll go back to, objects or references or icons that are true to me from where I come from to create daily stuff that are super anchored with that story. And I think I may have other references that people will have. Like, I haven't seen more designer, like, for example, like, maybe it exists, but it's not a lot of people, like, for example, like designing egg holder, for example. But that egg holder specifically has a strong references to something that eggs means for me when I was a kid.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Or for example, right now I'm like, I was walking on the beach last summer and I've seen people bringing the small grill and they were doing a barbecue on the beach. I thought it was so cool. So I'm like, okay, I want to do a fire pit where you can grill stuff on. And I was like, okay, what was my relationship with fire pits when I was small, when I was a kid? And I would remember the stoves where my parents would cook on when we were a kid. They have this really specific shape. They're really local. So I referenced that to design the new one that I'm designing.
Mhm.
It's anchoring my childhood, right? Because if you show someone from my country that form, they know what it is. You know what I mean? But at the same time, someone that doesn't know what it is, we see functioning to and beauty into. So I'm trying to merge all of that. How, like, some references, the deeper side of the reference, someone will get it,
Mhm.
and someone that doesn't get it see something else still to interpret it with beauty or nice proportion, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. What's next for you?
Keep doing stuff.
Keep doing stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe have your products in some spaces.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's a goal.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And the MCA coming. When's this thing coming out?
Oh, no. We'll see. The editor. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, I'm gonna announce it soon, but yeah, we have the pop up at the MCA.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. That's huge. I don't know. It hasn't even hit me yet. I need to. It need to happen for me to.
Mhm. Tomorrow. You'll do lock in date.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Lucky dates.
Yes.
What question should I ask them?
Who?
The people.
Thank you so much for being on the podcast. It's been such a joy and a delight. Thank you for saying yes.
Thank you.
You can follow Positioning Your Passion at Positioning Your Passion, as well as Now Create. And where can they find you?
Instagram, Larry TCHOGNINOU. Yeah.
Point of sale.
Points of sale. Points of sale. And yeah, we are there.
Perfect.
And rupturevision.bcartel.com. Yeah, that's the website.
Perfect.